Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hope and Coffee. And I'm Hope, and here's my coffee. And so with the Barbie movie doing so incredibly well over the past couple weeks at the box office, I don't often follow the trend of doing anything related to what's going on in popular media. Sometimes I follow, I see an article that like inspires me to want to talk about it and stuff like that, but there is a reason that I wanted to talk to you about the Barbie episode. When I was younger, I had some Barbies, and I never really had a maternal instinct. And anybody who knows me, most people are going to, if they know me at all, especially like my cousins Amy, Christy, my mom, they know they probably already know before I even get started, what this episode is going to be about just by me mentioning the word Barbie. So, I had no maternal instinct, and around 1994, I think that would made me about 12. I decided I no longer wanted to be responsible for my Barbies. And so what I did is I typed up adoption papers. I had a typewriter, an actual typewriter. Now it would reverse on its own. So once you hit the end of the page, it would swing back on its own and go back to the beginning of the page or beginning of the line. So I didn't have to kick it back. Super cool typewriter. Wish I still had it. Have no idea where it went. It might have been sold in a garage sale somewhere along the way or what have you. But man, I loved that thing. I literally would listen to the radio and type out song lyrics. Like, I was that kid. Anyway, did not want to be the responsible parent of these Barbies. So what I did is take my Garfield stationery and I typed up my adoption certificate for my cousin Amy to adopt my Barbies. Now, there's my little signature when I was a kid, and that was my cousin Amy's signature, and I typed her up that she adopted my Barbies, and she adopted all 6 of them, and she became the legal guardian of those Barbies. And I can't believe I still have this page, but apparently this is still a binding contract, ma'am. Now, this paper is almost 30 years old. It'll be 30 years old next year. So, now I did just find out not too long ago that the Barbie, she may not have these Barbies anymore because I think there may have been a flood or something at one point or another. But it would have been so cool if she still had them, just simply because. And so I would have had to reach out to her. But it's more or less kind of my Barbie episode about that. Because I remembered she had this, it was not an official Barbie house, but someone had actually physically built this huge, almost 4-foot tall Barbie house. And it was nestled inside of her closet, or sometimes it was kind of sitting in her room. And we would sit and play for hours. And just we would have they would dance and they would have parties or they would go to school, but we would just play in her room for hours with these Barbies. But I would always leave them there because she had the house, so she had the place for them to be. And I think I had a little suitcase or something. So at one point I think I even left her the suitcase to have all of their stuff as well. Now, I think I do remember having a soda shop that at one point or another, my parents had gotten me for Christmas, which in the soda shop, you would actually be able to put liquid, and down in the bottom, you could fill up tiny little glasses with the soda. So that was always really cool as well. I was actually looking in some of the other pictures to even see if any of the other pictures had any little remnants of some of the Barbies at all, but I didn't see any. Now, there's lots of little pictures of my cousins and me, and we're all tiny little dorks, and they're just super fun. But, like me with little rollers and stuff in my hair. But no, I don't actually see any more pictures of us playing with the Barbies other than that one piece of paper. But I thought that it was just a funny little anecdote, because a funny little story, because since the Barbie movie is so popular right now, it really made me think of that story and wanting to tell you all about it, because that's what I remember most about Barbies growing up. I also remember in junior high and high school, I had this friend named Shannon who she had this phenomenal collection of Barbies, but they were like pristine Barbies still in boxes. And I would always like, I mean, I never understood a toy I couldn't play with, because I guess I never really understood collectibles like that. I was never, I was more the type of kid that if I had a toy, I was going to play with it. So don't buy me something I can't play with. Yeah, if you were going to give me something, it was going to get taken out of the box. Like, literally taken out of the box. I still, if I buy something, like, the box is gone. Like, whether it's a collectible or not, don't probably give me anything collectible. It's probably not going to be a good idea. But she had some gorgeous ones, and so I would, if she still has those, or if she gave them to her daughter, I would be really curious to see if they were worth any money now, especially with the Barbie movie like doing so incredibly well, and wondering if there were some worth some money in that collection. But yeah, Barbie really did make a pretty big dent in my childhood, even though I never really, like, I played with them, but I didn't really hang on to them in the way, like, I didn't, like, keep them. And I do remember I didn't have, like, I think I maybe only had one classic Barbie, but I know I had Skipper, and I had Miko, and then I had another brown-haired one, and I know I had a red-haired one as well. So most of, like, I had several that were, like, only one, like, that was an actual Barbie, but then the rest were not, like, Barbies. They were more like her friends in the Mattel family. So, I don't know. I had named them all different things. Like, one of them named Cindy and one of them named Sabrina, but I don't know if I gave them those names or if they were actually the real names of the dolls. But I would love to know your thoughts on Barbies, if y'all had Barbies, if Barbies were the toys, or if y'all were like the Bratz dolls, because I never had Bratz. I guess I was a little too old for those. If I was adopted mine away when I was 12, then yeah, because I probably stopped playing with them a little bit before, so if I gave them away at that point, then I don't know. But anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I am for sure going to. It's one that I feel like I need to go see it with, like, some friends rather than by myself, and I just haven't gotten around to going to do that yet. Now, I know my friend in Atlanta, she has been talking so incredibly highly of it, so I know I want to go see it. I just haven't had the opportunity yet, so don't spoil it for me, although I know I've heard it's fantastic, and I want to see Oppenheimer as well. So anyway, until next time, I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all on the next page.